You're watching Chewing the Cud with Mike, Benny and Roe and River Scott.
But if watermelons are full of water, then it makes sense that kumquats say, oh, hello, you're watching Chewing the Cud, your light-hearted weekly look at the world through a pair of rainbow-tinted glasses. I'm Mike, Benny and Roe, and with me today is a person who won't be persuaded or even cajoled. It's River Scott.
It's been a while since anyone tried to cajole me, to be
Apparently
honest.
so.
I mean, could you, if you do it by yourself, could you just be joled? Is it cajoled? Do you need two people to be cajoled?
I thought you needed two people to cajole you.
Ooh. I mean, that'd be nice. That's birthday type talk there, yeah.
It is indeed, yeah. So what have you got for us this week?
I am bringing you a story about a medical treatment that's taking the internet by storm, and then we're going to play a game.
Ooh. And then River will be educating and informing us through light-hearted discourse in Spotlight. But on screen now you can see our contact details. It's at The Cud TV on social media. And if you want to catch up with previous episodes, why wouldn't you? You can always binge us on YouTube. Look for Chewing the Cud.
You can see the names of people who have reached out and touched our souls going along the bottom of your screen. But now, it's time for Mike with the showbiz.
How do you feel about Doctor Who?
Ooh. I mean, that's a question that I could take a very long time to answer.
That's a short version.
All right. Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, that's the wrong answer.
Oh, right, okay.
Try again.
I like it.
Well done.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a story about Ollie Alexander, who's taking over from Ncuti Gatwa. Why the f*** am I reading this story with a spoiler on it?
And is Ollie Alexander actually taking over? Is that a thing?
Let me read this. Ollie Alexander. Oh, no. Okay. Whew. So Ollie Alexander is taking over from Ncuti Gatwa, right? But not in Doctor Who.
Right.
Oh, he's going to be Algernon in the reworking of Wilde's The Importance of Being Earnest, which Ncuti Gatwa is currently in.
Okay.
There they are.
There they are.
I would like to be in the middle of those two.
I mean, that does, yeah, one at a time and then both at once.
Both at once. And then both at once.
They can swap ends at half-time, like football.
No, they can't.
No? All right.
No. So, yeah, Ollie Alexander has said that he's very excited to be filling Ncuti Gatwa's shoes.
Just his shoes? Right, so.
And he said that as an actor, especially in The Doctor, he's been inspired.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I mean, of course he's going to say that. He's doing a job. Like, you're not going to go, oh, God, this, I'm glad they're paying me. I wouldn't do it for free. Like, that'd be the best soundbite to hear as someone, oh, I'm very excited to be taking over. Oh, it's such an inspiration. No, I'm doing it because it's money. That's just me. This is why my acting career didn't take off. That and all of this. But that's another story.
Yeah. There's an ability. But, yeah, so the sparked added fuel to the fire of rumours that Ollie Alexander might be the next Doctor.
What, because he's just slowly, he follows Ncuti Gatwa into every job that he does?
Like, I thought you were going there. Following him to every toilet cubicle.
Oh, so yeah, every time, it's just like he's warming it up. He's getting it ready for him.
Yeah.
He's loosened it for him, and then Ollie takes over. That's. I mean.
Well, back to your birthday.
Don't give me ideas.
So yeah, how do you feel about that news?
I've seen clips of Ncuti Gatwa doing Oscar Wilde. As it were.
As it were.
And it looks really fun and really, I wish I could go see it. I wish I could afford to go see it, but I also wish I could actually go and watch him do it because I think it'd be fantastic. And, I mean, I didn't watch It's a Sin because it's set in the 80s and it's about gay people. We all know how that's going to end. And I was
Very well.
Yeah, I mean, didn't care. So I didn't watch it. I don't know how good of an actor Ollie Alexander is, and...
You see, I watched it and thinking, oh no, it sings well, but is it going to be acts very well?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. He just there's something about his face that just I want to slap. He's just a bit smug, I think. He's got that skinny twink energy, and he's always had that skinny twink energy, and it's worked for him. And I feel like
it's not bitterness that's happening at all here.
Shush. I've not finished my rant. But yeah, I mean, all right, fine. Yeah, I mean, a homosexual playing the lead in an Oscar Wilde play, groundbreaking. I'm really interested to see what Ollie Alexander will bring to the role. Is that what you want me to
Don't
say?
we throw you a fish?
Yeah.
Perform, Seal, perform.
Yeah, like, eh.
Yeah, see, I got to watch Shooty doing it because they put it on the cinema. So they put it on
Ooh.
cinema showings up and down the country. So I hope they'll do that again.
Or at least stream it. Pop it on Netflix. I'll watch it then.
I think it was trying to get people into the cinemas and out of the streaming environment.
But not into theatres.
Well, no, because they were doing it as a live cast from the theatre.
Oh, they did that with Doctor Who or something once as well.
One of the anniversary episodes, they live cast it in cinemas and stuff.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I'd still stayed home and watched it for free on my TV where all my stuff is in my house, but...
And you can do it in your pants without someone going, please put your trousers on, please.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, seeing Ncuti Gatwa, when he first became the Doctor and was running around in his pants, that was... Watched that on slow motion a couple of times, yeah. Oh,
Delightful.
dear.
Emblazoned in my brain.
Yeah.
But moving on, Pride season.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Bum. Literally. That was me going, oh, pants, I forgot. But also just bum. Hooray!
Hooray for bum.
Hooray for
Yes.
bums.
Bums and penises and willies and vaginas and boobs and all the other accoutrements.
You've got a... Oh, you want to see a doctor if you've got accoutrement.
No, it's fine. It's naturally clear as well. But yeah, World Pride 2025.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
This isn't the thing. It's happening in Madrid. Right?
It's not a
That's
thing.
not
It's happening in Spain.
No, it's a thing that's happening in Spain, but the thing isn't about World Pride.
Right.
It's about the lineup and what that has meant.
Okay.
So, the lineup has got Rita Ora, Kylie Minogue, don't know who she is.
It's
Charlie
pronounced
XCX.
Minogue.
Oh, right, okay. Spelt Montague. Charlie XCX and Troye Sivan. Okay.
Of course it is. All the homosexuals and the ones that all the gays like. Yeah.
Exactly, right? But Rita Ora has hinted very heavily that they will be working with Troye Sivan on the track.
Right. There she is.
Ora, yeah. Not Kia. That's her sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very. Yeah. She's heiress to the Aura
juice
drinks
fortune.
fortune.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's working with Troye Sivan.
Troye Sivan
Jolly good.
said that Troye Sivan's always been a big cheerleader. So whenever she's doing stuff on stage, Troye Sivan's going, "Yes, Queen, you can do it, woo!" kind of thing. It's
Like
very
all of the other
uplifting.
gays in the world who never say things like that.
No.
He's very innovative in
He is,
the
very
area of
yes.
shouting "Yas, Queen."
Yes. and all that sort of stuff.
exactly. All right. Fine. Whatever.
But no, because some artists can be very standoffish and go, "Yeah, you do your thing, I'll do my thing," and that's it. But apparently, Troy's very like celebrating and joining in that, getting everyone riled up, which
All
is
right.
good.
Well, that's nice. I mean, I would
Yeah.
expect that from everyone, but then I'm just generally a nice person. Shut the f*** up.
You know when you follow that with "shut the f*** up," it kind of proves my point without me having to say anything. So yeah, moving on very quickly. Are you aware of who Junaid Ahmed is?
No.
Do you watch reality TV?
No.
Should you start watching reality?
Absolutely
TV? No, because
No.
it sucks.
I cherish my ignorance on the subject. Next question.
We're going to talk about it. So Junaid is
La la la.
out. Twink. There we go. Right.
All right, I'm back in.
It's like say walk to a dog. Twink. Can I go now? Let's go. Anyway, Towie star Junaid Ahmed,
And I'm flaccid again. Carry on.
who's been speaking out after receiving a massive wave of abuse for being an out gay Muslim.
Right. All right.
There is.
Aw, he's kind of cute.
He is kind of cute. He's very sweet too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been
I mean,
calling
even
out,
if he wasn't cute, he shouldn't get hate for being an out gay Muslim. Bless
No.
him.
and because he is cute, you're now interested in the story again. A little bit. But he's saying that even though he's getting trolled online, he's refusing to be silenced. Right? He wants to saying that both parts of his identity are valid.
Right.
Right? So he can be gay and he can be a Muslim. He doesn't see them as mutually exclusive. Right? And he won't apologise for exactly who he is.
Okay.
He said-
Will he apologise for being on Towie?
No.
Well then.
Because that's how he's become money
Yeah.
and
Carry on.
famous and able to have platform shit. So he's saying that being gay Muslim is not a contradiction, it's my truth.
Okay. Good for him.
Yeah, I think it's good for him because I think within the LGBTQIA plus spectrum, there is a lot more to say about people of other minorities.
Yeah.
And we need to be a little bit more accepting, a lot more accepting of people. Because sadly, some of the abuse he's been getting has been from within our own community.
Well, yeah. I mean, People are awful. Just generally, that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely. It's good that he's being visible and he's being out there and he's unapologetic and all of that kind of thing. And I'm pleased on all of those counts. But then at the same time, and this, he's on Towie, so it's like, and also, he knew what he was getting into. It's not like he's been forced into the spotlight against his will or anything. No. He knew this was going to happen when he did this kind of thing. And I'm glad that he's like doing the right thing with it. He's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to apologize. I'm doing this. And he goes into it fully knowing the thing. So good for him.
Exactly. And him being a role model, especially for the LGBTQIA+ and Muslim community.
Yeah, and it's nice that the queer Muslims can go, look, there's one. And we can go, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We should all be able to look on TV and go, look, there's one as well.
I've got two.
You are one. But that's all from the showbiz this week.
Thanks, Mike. I don't know what to say because I was just jiggling my boobs around at the end of a story about queer Muslims, and that feels wrong. I just want to acknowledge that I regret that, but only a little bit. Anyway.
Yeah. You jiggle your boobs and you forget what you're going to say. You're welcome, River. Stay right there. As coming up after this short break, we go all browser-based as it's River in the Buzz. Welcome back, and you're watching Chewing the Cud. This is the part of the show where we dust off the keyboard and get ready to be amazed as it's River and the Buzz.
Buzz, buzz, Mike.
Indeed.
Right, up first, I've been scouring the internet.
Okay.
By which I mean scrolling through rubbish on my phone.
Okay.
But I can call it work, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Tax deductible then.
I mean, yeah. Oh, dear. Anyway, did you know that some of those scientists that are on TikTok claim that you can ease migraines using McDonald's?
Inserted in your rectum as a suppository?
You'd struggle with... I would try to name a part of a McDonald's meal, and the only one that came to mind was chicken McNuggets, and I went to a very strange visual place. You wouldn't want the spicy sauce, though. Ooh, burns like a demon. Anyway, yeah, apparently sufferers swear, as you would if you had a migraine, but these apparently swear by a salty snack during a brain explosion.
Okay.
Which makes sense, but I mean, it doesn't have to be McDonald's. Surely you could just, you know, anything with salty. You could just like with the. I'm sorry, I've gone to another strange visual place. Bear with me.
Because that is salty.
Apparently, migraines are linked to dehydration, blood sugar drops, and you get a kind of sensory overload, which I get anyway, to be honest, if I'm just around people for a long time. And it's like, please leave me alone. Or at home. Yeah, just generally. Anyway, some people say it's more of a comfort food thing than anything specific to the saltiness. But either way, it seems like an excuse to eat whatever you want to eat. Like most people say, like when I was at university, like McDonald's cures a hangover. I'm like, no, it doesn't.
It does. It's fat and salt and.
Just, I mean.
Because again, alcohol dehydrates you. So salty goodness, and you drink lots of fluids when you. So it's...
Yeah, I drink lots of fluids, but I never found McDonald's helped any. But then. All right. Anyway, should we have some and see if it works?
Yes.
All right then.
Do you have some?
I thought you were getting some. Did you not? Oh, bear with.
I have a meal of pleasure.
Excuse you?
It's a happy meal.
Oh.
Smile. Oh, it's a Pokemon.
Other rubbish food is available.
It is. But this is for science.
Yeah. So what scientific treats do you have in your little... Oh, dear. In your little box?
What's it?
I've got some Pokemon.
Remember when toys used to be good?
Yeah, you used to get toys, little plastic things. Now you get a QR code to scan on your phone.
No, this is apparently a toy.
Is it?
What is it? No, it's stickers.
All right. I like stickers, though. I'm all right with stickers. But, yeah, is that it?
Oh, and actual Pokemon cards. That's exciting.
I thought that was the lemony fresh wipe. Oh, no, you only get those in KFC, don't you? All right, anyway.
Anyway.
Such fun.
Cheeseburger to sort out my migraine.
Yes. Do you have a migraine?
I probably will do in a bit.
Oh, well, good luck, everybody. And oh, that good, was it? Oh, did you not get the gherkins? Who is there anyone out there that actually likes the gherkin, that actively looks forward to the gherkin in a burger? Because
we're getting a me from the gallery.
Yes, well, this is why you're not allowed out. This is why you get to. This is why you get to stay in the gallery. Oh, God.
Oh yeah.
But it's. What is that? Oh, it's supposed to be salad, I think. There's something green hanging onto the end of that.
I don't have salad on mine.
I don't have salad on mine, apart from just there's a weird little bit of something green sprouting out the side of my burger. Oh, dear.
Well, you know what? I've not got a migraine.
Delicious.
What's the next story?
Bear with. Nope, that's empty. Boom. All right, I'm back.
Comes with drink.
Oh, excellent. Except I can't get the lid off and there's no straws.
Oh, straws here. But you didn't ask for straws.
Is this important in curing the migraine, do you think, the sugary drink?
I would have thought so, because it helps to rehydrate you.
It just makes me giddy, and then half an hour later I get a cracking headache and have to lay down again, so...
Okay.
I don't think that helps. Anyway, crashing... Oh, there's a bit in my... There's a bit between my teeth. Crashing on.
Mm-hmm.
So from stories of junk food and...
Keep talking,
things.
I'm happy.
Yeah, yeah, good. Crashing on. From stories about junk food and fatty snacks, we're on to Ozempic, which you'd have to be after this particular meal, I think. But never mind. So, Ozempic. Are you aware of Ozempic as a thing? Yeah, you know.
I'm aware of people abusing a side effect of a drug that's designed to deal with diabetes.
That's it, yeah. It's not... But then you could say the same thing about Viagra,
Yeah, Viagra.
which was designed for something to do with heart attacks, but because it's
Heart
a
attacks, blood pressure.
vasodilator...
And also Alzheimer's.
But because it's a vasodilator, it dilates your vasos, and then everyone's feeling perky and firm in a particular area. Anyway, this isn't that.
Oh, right.
Ozempic is, injection makes you thinner by making you stop wanting to eat, which I think McDonald's have managed too, actually, yeah. Like,
You don't want to eat that?
I am no longer hungry. Like, I've had one bite of that, and I'm good, thanks. Anyway.
Results may vary.
It's the same with Ozempic. Anyway, Ozempic has, shockingly, there's a side effect, which isn't a real side effect in a medical sense, but is a side effect in a I'm abusing this so I can get thin kind of way.
Okay.
It's called Ozempic butt.
Does it make you gappy?
Pardon?
Does it make you gappy?
No, it's because you get thinner too quickly, and so your body can't redo all the skin properly. You know, like when really big people have a
Liposuction. And
then they just have some like wings or extra flaps that the body takes a while to kind of adjust to because it's just had a lot of
I
fat
once dated.
dramatically removed.
Dated is a very strong word for what I did with that gentleman, but someone while I was away on holiday, and they came back to mine, and as they were getting undressed, they went, "Just to forewarn you, I had a gastric bypass." And I went, "Okay." And then during the act, they were above me, and the skin was touching me, and there was a gap.
Oh dear.
And it
didn't even have the courtesy to lift it up for you.
No.
Oh dear. Oh dear. He says eating more chips. All right. Anyway.
My skin is formed around
Hurt
my
and
fat.
firm. Yeah, it's stretched tight.
It's stretched around the fat. It's fine.
So anyway, it turns out that this is a thing that happens if you use a drug for something that it's not intended to happen for. Your bum gets all saggy and weird because all the fat that was in your buttocks is no longer there, but the skin and all the flesh is still hanging off them.
Nice.
So yeah, what you could do if you don't want a Ozempic bum is you could tuck it into your socks, or you could not inject yourself with random drugs to get thin, but instead change what you eat and go to the gym a bit, maybe. Just a thought.
Or just be fat.
Or just
Fat and happy.
be happy to be fat. Yeah. I mean,
What? What was your thought then?
I was just gonna say, yeah, surely it's better to just learn to be happy with what you are. But then I thought about the fact that I go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. So
Oh, that's cool. I have no problem with people going to the gym,
well,
as long as you're doing it for the right reasons.
I'm doing it because I want to have sex with attractive people.
And if that's your right reason, that's your right reason. I said, this is my body. I'm very confident with my body.
Someone should be.
No one wants to see it.
There's a girl out there who made millions farting on cakes. I'm sure that there are people who are out there who would look at you and go, yes, please, some of that.
Yeah, and their dog goes, ruff.
We all just have to make do with what we've got. You have to play the hand you've got.
Everyone's a fetish. Go on.
Anyway. From junk food to skinny injections to chasing cheese down a hill.
Okay.
It is that time of the year. It is the annual cheese rolling event at Cooper's Hill in Gloucestershire.
I thought you were about to say Cooper Pedy.
No, that's in Stryer. Yes. No, this is in Gloucestershire.
Okay.
There is a thing. There is a thing. I was going to call it a sport. It's not a sport.
It is a sport. There's sweat involved.
Participants hurl themselves downhill chasing a wheel of cheese. This is this. There they go. Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting spinal thing to explain to the nice people in the ambulance, isn't it? Your body's not meant to bend that way, I don't think. Yeah, lots of people get... I mean, I've had several cheese-related accidents, but they've never looked anything like that. Yeah, that...
What are you doing to a block of double Gloucester?
All I'm going to say is fondue is not the way forward.
That's not what they mean by penis cheese.
Oh, no. Went through a tube of Savlon in a weekend, I'll tell you that. Yeah, anyway, someone died from this one year, at least once, and yet people still do it.
Were they lactose intolerant?
I see what you did there. That was quite good, yeah.
That was almost funny.
And that's the end of the buzz for this week. Because why not? Don't go anywhere, as coming up we have a game for you to play along with in our Game of the Week.
Oof. Welcome back to a burpy Chewing the Cud with Mike Bain-Rowe and the equally burpy River Scott. Now this is the part of the show where we're going to play a game. And this is for the person who didn't realise that they signed a waiver, not a guest book. It's River, so off you pop.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer.
You've signed the waiver, it's too late.
Game of the Week.
So we're going to play a game of queer or near. So I'm going to have a factoid that River has to say whether it's queer or true, or near, not quite true. Are you ready, River?
Queer.
Oh, as in you're ready, yes. Okay, no, you're just being abusive.
Yes,
Okay,
I was getting into the mood of it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Your first question is there an island in Greece known as Gay Island?
Yes. There's Lesbos.
No.
Oh,
Lesbos.
Zakynthos. Mykonos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mykonos is known as Gay Island.
Okay.
So queer.
So queer, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, yes, I said yes, and I'm supposed to say queer, sorry. I think I've got the rules of this game. Let's go. Hit me.
Okay, gladly. So, Sweden was the first country to allow people to change their legal gender.
Oh, wait. I saw that movie. It was called The Danish Girl. So I'm going to say near, not Sweden.
Okay. Queer. 1972.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Danish Girl, famously played by trans actor Reddy Redmayne.
Reddy Redmayne.
Reddy Redmayne. Redmayne. Scooby-Doo did it.
You did get a glimpse of his willy, though, so, you know.
You did, but...
That's your idea of a good time.
I mean, he's attractive.
I met him once. Lovely bum.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Okay. Okay.
I wish it were. Oh.
Okay, in Nepal, there is a legally recognised third gender.
Ooh. Queer. I'm going to go queer on this one. Yes, I think so.
It is indeed queer. They
Yeah.
have a legally recognised third gender.
Fantastic.
is
What? Can you tell me more?
It's a country part of India
Ah, cool. Thanks. Okay, next question.
who has a third gender that they legally recognise.
Right.
Next one, Lil Nas X.
Little Nas X.
Little Nas. You
Little
know,
Nas
Little
kiss.
Nas.
Little Nas kiss.
Little Nas with the kiss at the end. Oh, XOXO.
No,
Okay.
that's Charlie XOXO, isn't it? Or was that Gossip
Gossip
Girl?
Charlie X the X. Anyway, Little Nas, right, came out on the last day
Lil
of
Nas,
Pride Month.
not Little Nas.
What?
Not Little Nas. Lil Nas. Lil Nas X.
Little Nas X.
Lil Nas X.
That's what I said. You're hearing it different because of my accent. Came out on the last day of
very
Pride
white.
Month.
He what? He came out.
On the last day of Pride Month.
What, this year? No, can't have been. It's been a while. Near. I don't think that's true.
Well, it is true. He came out on the 30th of June 2019.
Oh.
Last year before the pandemic.
I mean, he had a whole rainbow coloured bit in his album title. Is that him coming out? Because
It came out after. That album came out after 2019.
oh, did it?
The one where he gave birth to the album.
Oh dear. I don't know. It was before the pandemic, so as far as I'm concerned, it's ancient history. I can't remember anything from back then. That said, I can't really remember what I did last week, so.
Or this morning. Okay, next one. The village people were all straight.
I mean, that sounds like it's probably true, but I bet one of them turned out to be a secret homosexual.
So what are you saying?
So I'm saying near, not queer.
Okay, correct. Several were gay, including the original lead singer.
Shocking.
I know, right?
To think that song was made by woofters
I know.
shouldn't be allowed.
Where they could do whatever they feel down at the YMCA. Next one.
Well, some of them actually did.
I Will Survive
Good for you.
by Gloria Gaynor is considered a queer anthem.
Queer.
Correct, indeed. Did you know that I Will...
Near.
No, queer.
No. You asked if I knew, and I'm like, no, probably not. Did I know?
There was an interesting little factoid that you shall never learn the answer to.
I'm
Dave-
sorry. Tell me. Go on.
David Bowie
Go on.
once said
What
he
was
was
it?
a closet heterosexual. Is that queer or not queer?
Who?
David Bowie
Okay.
once said he was a closet heterosexual.
No. Near. I don't think that's a real one.
And he did,
Oh.
after previously identifying as gay and bi. He said he was a closet heterosexual.
All right. It was the 70s. They were a hell of a drug.
Apparently so. This one might get you a bit rageful. I'm hopeful it does. Heteronormativity was coined by legend RuPaul.
Near. And not even near. Far, far away.
Well, you'd be glad to know that is not quite true. It appears early in the 1960s.
Excellent. It's like when people say, oh, cis is a new thing. Like, no, cis has been around to mean not trans since like the 1920s, I think. Something like that.
So cisgendered was used in the 1920s.
That's right.
But cis has been around since, what were they called? Oh yes, people were speaking Latin.
Yes, because it's a prefix. Cis is a prefix to
Yeah.
mean, yeah, okay, yeah. In the same way that homo just means same and hetero means different.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
Yes. Oscar Wilde
yes,
wrote a letter from prison titled De Profundis.
that's true. Yeah, queer. I knew that one.
It is, yes. I always think that it's great because he was sentenced to, what is it, prison for sodomy.
Yes.
So you were sent to prison for being taken up there. Anyway, it just doesn't sound like a punishment to me. There's a species of clownfish that can change sex.
Yes, queer is the one that Nemo's dad, well, Nemo and his dad, I imagine, was, because there was a thing about how if this was real life and Nemo's mum got eaten, Nemo's dad would become his mum, and then they'd have kids together because fish aren't people, and that's how they roll.
Indeed. They're sequential hermaphrodites,
Cool.
apparently.
Good for them.
That's a scientific word, I don't know.
Sequential. Nice. Well,
Okay.
you'd want it to be sequential, wouldn't it? You wouldn't want it all at once. That'd get very confusing.
Would you be able to get yourself pregnant?
They could try.
I do. Next thing. Ooh. In ancient Rome, lesbianism was illegal, but male homosexuality wasn't.
Let's say near, because I feel like the Romans and the Greeks were quite famous for all the bumming and the not quite consensual sex with younger men. So I'm going to say that one is near, not quite true.
Yeah. Rome had a complicated class-based attitude.
Well,
So it depends how rich you were. I mean,
Righto.
I'm not going to say that still happens today.
not at all.
I'm not going to say anything about certain files and a certain president. Moving on. Ball culture.
Ooh, if you've got culture on your balls, you need to get that seen too. Learned that one the hard way.
Did you learn?
No.
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 No. Ball culture began in 1980s Los Angeles.
Near, I think it was earlier than that, and I think it was in New York, but I don't know for sure.
1920s Harlem, in fact.
There we go. That's New York-ish, isn't it?
It is, yeah, New York.
Yeah.
Because I think 1920s, they didn't have Vogue then.
What, the magazine?
Uh-huh.
No.
So they wouldn't have been able to Vogue.
Did the magazine name come first? I thought.
Yes, because the reason why voguing is called voguing is because the original pose is to emulate what they were doing in Vogue. So you had those pictures and all that very 80s stylized. Ireland's first openly gay prime minister was Leo Varadkar.
Queer. Yes, correct. Actually a thing. Yeah.
Actually a thing, which is quite nice.
Yeah. Was he the Taoiseach or whatever they call it? Or because I think it's like their leaders in Irish, the word is Taoiseach, I believe, or
Oh, yes. Yes.
something like that.
Okay, that's enough for now. Coming up after this short break, we prepare for aural stimulation, that means ears, and River in Spotlight. Welcome back. And you're still watching Mike and River in Chewing the Cud. Now we're going to experience what River is famous for, and not on specialist websites. Well, it's Spotlight. So yes, you're famous for podcasting.
Amongst many things, yes. That's one
not
of the.
on speciality websites.
Yeah, well, I mean, you do need quite a special website for YouTube, for podcasty stuff. It's not YouTube.
No.
It is on YouTube, but there's quite a lot of bleeping.
Only quite a lot.
Only quite a lot. I mean,
Mostly beeps.
it gets daft after a while.
What kind of things do you talk about on your podcast?
Oh, all sorts of queer stuff. Everything queer. I actually one of the reasons I started it back in the day was because there were lots of gay YouTube channels and gay content, but it was all kind of like nice and fluffy and hey kids, it's great to be gay, rather than, huh?
Kind of is.
Yeah, it is. It is great being gay, defsies. But there was a lot of, all the websites were like, that was yay, gayness. And there wasn't much about like the less family friendly side of things. Not to say that it's the you know, but
Always
just
sanitized.
yeah, very. It's queer stuff for queer people, not worried about what the advertisers want us to talk about so that they can package it nicely to straight people and sell it for money, which is why I'm poor. If I were any good at business, I'd be doing the sanitized, happily clean and all of that. But it's not. I talk about real stuff.
So what kind of topics do you cover?
Well, I'm trying to think now of ones that I can talk about in a nothing particularly disgusting, but we've talked about there's been an episode about how bums are great, but they're not just for sex. Sometimes they're also, and how it's best not to get the two mixed up, and how to stop that from happening, and things like that.
Okay, so things like douching.
Yeah, that's it. I
Having a
wasn't
rinse
sure if I was
through.
allowed to say that.
Well, it's French for shower.
It is, yeah. So having a French shower when you're expecting a gentleman caller and that kind of thing.
Having a rinse through.
Yeah, and all of that. And talking about why my housemate owns a pair of noise-cancelling headphones, things like that, because that's always fun.
Okay.
To be the cause of the need for noise-cancelling headphones rather than having to be the one wearing them. And things like topping and bottoming and what that, and like how you're not a top or a bottom, you're someone who enjoys to bottom, because it's not who you are, it's one of the things what you enjoy. And that can change over time, you know, everything's queer and fluid. There's a load of stuff about being trans and non-binary, because that was kind of part of my journey. And so, you know, there's some stuff about that. I make it funny and silly. A few years ago, I had a big birthday. I'm an undisclosed number of years old. Don't worry about it. Part of my trauma response to being in my 30s was to.
How old's this podcast?
Be quiet. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Using your maths at me.
150 episodes-ish.
It's about shagging twinks, all right. So stuff like that, and body hair, and all sorts of things. There's all sorts of episodes about all sorts of stuff. All of it from a queer perspective in a way that should be hopefully silly and fun and engaging, and talks about stuff in a way that isn't too sanitized and boring.
So very important, needed, but still light-hearted.
Yeah,
Frivolous
bit of fun,
information.
bit of silly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So how do you approach a subject like douching from a silly angle? Do you put your head below?
You test the water first. You make sure it's at a comfortable temperature, because that can be bracing if it's too cold. You really, it wakes you up.
You don't need it to be too hot either.
No, ooh, no.
That's worse.
You'd struggle getting the Savlon right up there, wouldn't you? Oh dear.
Again.
So yes, I personally, when it comes to stuff like douching, I think about, you know, my experience of it, what I know of it. Sometimes I do a bit of research, by which I mean I have a flick through Instagram and TikTok, and then I try and think of some jokes and make it funny and silly while still finding out what my point was. And I'm like, what am I trying to say? And then I chuck some knob jokes in. It's not difficult. If it were, it wouldn't be me doing it. It would be someone who knows what they're doing. Yeah.
Okay. So you talked about douching.
Yes. You seem stuck on that one. Do you want to...
No, shouting.
Shouting. More just vocally enjoying your gentleman caller, as it were.
Okay.
Annoying the neighbours.
Annoying the neighbours. Yodeling.
I mean, if it's any good, you get to a yodel. Sometimes it's more of just a grunt and a squirt, but that's, you know, we all get through it, don't we?
Do we? Okay, cool. So, what should be probably your biggest tip?
Sorry?
People enjoying sex. What's your biggest tip?
Oh, my biggest tip for enjoying sex. Use your words. Like, don't be afraid to ask for what you want. No one's a mind reader. It took me a while to kind of like a very boring sex where I'm laid there just kind of thinking, I hope it's done soon. And before I realised that that's not really what you should be doing. What you should be doing is kind of going, what are you doing? Please stop. You're doing it wrong. Stop moving your arms about so much. Why are you sweating? Neither of us are moving that much. Things like that, you know, getting into it and actually kind of like correcting people, because if you don't tell them, they're not going to know, and they'll think they did a good job.
Communications, I think, is a very important thing with
Stop
sex.
faking it. I've faked a lot of orgasms, even as a top, and even while topping. And it's
fake
not
an orgasm.
You just grunt and twitch a bit. No one checks. They're all too busy doing their own thing anyway.
Always check.
They never check. Anyway, and stuff like that, and you know, it's disappointing. Whereas if you have to stop faking your orgasms. I started booing, but that I went a bit far the other way. People don't like that so much, you know. Boo. Boo. You're bad, and you should feel bad. That kind of thing doesn't work very well. Like, yeah, no. But somewhere in the middle, you know, it's better to be like, okay, now let's try it like this, or oh yeah, that feels good. Keep doing that. or oh no, don't, or ooh, or just rearranging things as you go to make it more fun. And if they push back, that can be part of the fun. I like it when they struggle, but also, you know, you're learning together, and it helps. And you know, if you're one of those people that likes seeing people more than once, you weirdos, then you learn together. And
Hey, you have a
stuff like
particular passion for the younger gentleman caller.
that. Nothing was ever proved.
I didn't say illegal.
Oh,
it was
right,
younger.
okay. I mean,
at your age, it's not difficult.
I was going to say, considering my age, most of the people that I
the
could have
pension.
sex with are already younger than me. You know, that number's only going to keep getting bigger. The number of people getting older than me is shrinking. The number of people younger
Very
than me is
quickly.
constantly increasing.
Do you find you have to like educate more rather than
I
communicate?
mean, it depends on I find it easier to filter for already know what they're doing. So if there's someone who's kind of hot but seems a bit kind of gormless or a bit kind of like I found the really pretty ones tend to be useless in bed because they've never had to try. They just kind of like drift through and everything just happens for them, you know? You can really tell the ones who've always been hot because they just turn up and expect everything to go wonderfully for them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had one guy actually, he came round, we were having a lovely time stripping each other off, all of that. Gorgeous six-pack, he was really hot. Even his dick had abs, that's how hot he was. And yeah, so I was down there doing my thing, om nom nom, having a lovely time. And then afterwards, he was great. Oh, that was amazing. Did you come too? And I'm like, did I come from sucking your dick? Sure, why not? Goodbye. And yeah, so I found unless they really seem to know what they're doing, I'm like, no, I'm going to end up finishing myself off. I might as well just use your pictures and have the rest of the night to myself. Whereas if they know what they're doing, if they seem a lot more engaged and like they're actually listening to me rather than just having a really complicated wet wank. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes you have sex with people and like, oh, you don't need me here. You just needed something to. Sometimes you do get people, or I certainly have encountered people who aren't that bothered about the other person. They're just there for their own pleasure, and that's a no from me. Thank you.
When you're looking about sex and all that sort of stuff, I think communication's the big thing.
Defsies. I very much agree. Use your words. Communicate. Make sure the other person knows. And if they're not listening or they're not receptive, get rid.
Yeah.
Find a better one.
100%. Okay, cool. So if people wanted to hear some less TV-friendly versions of that on your
Got
podcast,
swears in it and everything.
swears and things, where would we find it?
Yes, anywhere on the internet, just search Probably True Podcast or River Scott. You'll probably find it with my name. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much.
That's almost the end of the show now, but on screen you can see our contact details. It is at The Cud TV on your social medias, and if you want to catch up on previous episodes, you can always binge us on the YouTubes. Just search Chewing the Cud.
Thank you for watching, and we will see you all soon. Bye.